Welcome. It's your friendly neighborhood badger here. GGG. What are you doing to the game? Is all I can really say. I don't know if I'm saying this in a good way or a bad way, really, at the moment, because honestly, the game is changing so much. We've seen so much coming through with the new passive skill tree, the mastery system, a bunch of, honestly, buffs to many archetypes, a few nerfs to other archetypes, but really just changing the game up in a major way. Now, another way that I've talked about a little bit before, that they're really changing the game up, is the Scourge mechanic itself. And coming along with the Scourge mechanic right here, we have tainted crafting items. Now, we've already been shown the tainted chromatic and fusing and jeweler's orbs, but today they've also tweeted about the tainted exalted orb, and also said there are going to be a total of 9 tainted orbs. So we know 4 of them. That leaves 5 extras. So we're going to go over potential other types of tainted orbs that they might be implementing, but talk about the implications mostly about what these orbs are bringing to the game in general. So let's talk about tainted exalted orbs. Tainted exalted orbs unpredictably adds or removes a modifier on a corrupted rare item. So a normal exalted orb, if you don't know, a normal exalted orb is used on a rare item. You don't usually use them, but it can be used on a rare item to add a modifier onto that item. Now a tainted exalted orb is going to function similarly to either how an annulment works or how an exalted orb works. One or the other. And we don't know the ratios. We don't know if it's going to be 50-50. We don't know if it's going to be like 80-40 to be good or bad, or, you know, 80-40, 80-20 to be good or bad, or the opposite or something like that. But all I can really say is the whole theme around corrupted items are very, very much changing. Originally, when corrupted items were first introduced, a corrupted item meant you could no longer change anything to do with that item. The first big update that came of changing items that were corrupted was through the crafting bench. You could change the sockets, links, and colors by using their chromatics, jewelers, or fusings, but then also the same amount of Val orbs there as well. Then there was another change that came through, which meant that on amulets, you could anoint those amulets with tainted oils. I think that was in Ultimatum. Tainted oils from the Blight mechanic itself, any corrupted Blight map, and now we're getting these new tainted orbs. So it is very much telling me that GGG doesn't want corrupted items to be that archetype of item that is unmodifiable in any way. There is still one type of item that is like that, which is the Mirror of Kalandra, or a mirrored item. If you use a Mirror of Kalandra on something, when it's mirrored, literally nothing can be done to that item whatsoever. So I guess that's still like the pinnacle of corruption, but now corrupted is very much changing into something else. Now, they have also, just as I was about to make this video, GGG also posted this, which is talking about the Tainted Orb of Fusing, Tainted Jewelers, and Tainted Chromatic Orbs again, but instead clarifying a little bit more. Now, when we first saw these ones, it didn't say unpredictably adds or removes to all of these. It just said, you know, means that you can use a fusing to add some links onto, you know, a 6-linked item. Not a 6-linked item, any sort of item, you know, like any sort of corrupted item. You can just use it as a normal fusing and it will randomly roll that, but on a corrupted item. What this is meaning now, this whole thing is changing. Tainted Orbs of Fusing now unpredictably add or remove a link to the largest group of link sockets on a corrupted item. Tainted Jeweler's Orbs unpredictably adds or removes a socket on a corrupted item, and Tainted Chromatic Orb unpredictably reforges the color of sockets on a corrupted item. So we're going to go through what these first two mean and what I think the third one means right here. So, Tainted Orb of Fusing, what this means is, say for example, you've got an item that has 4 links and 2 links. Say for example, I could probably even jump onto one of these characters here. If I jump onto Bladeja, should be the character that has this, and we'll have a look at this Carcass Jack. I should have a 4-link and a 2-link right here. Of a Carcass Jack. So it's a 4-link and a 2-link. What this is going to mean, either it's going to mean that it adds a link here to the 4-link and links this across, linking this 2-link, or it means that it's just going to turn this into a 5-link and then unlink this one here. But basically, it's kind of like a +1, -1 situation. You got a chance to +1, you've also got a chance to -1. However, this is super, super strong because 5 links are so much easier to get than 6 links, right? So say, for example, you got a bunch of 5-link semi-expensive uniques, and then you corrupted them, adding some implicit modifiers or the Scourge modifiers through the Scourge mechanic. And then after that, you use a few Tainted Orbs of Fusing. One of them might go down to 4-link, one might go up to 6-link, Tainted Orbs of Fusing are now way more powerful. I expect they're going to be a bit rarer than what they were going to be in the past, though. The same goes with Tainted Jeweler's Orbs. Very, very basic. Basically, it's, adds or removes a socket. So, you've got a 5 socket, go for it, see if you can hit that 6 socket. If you can't hit the 6 socket, you might go down to a 4 socket, something like that. But yeah, it's going to either add or remove. The Tainted Chromatic Orb, I think, is going to work generally how corrupted items usually roll their colors anyway, which is regardless of base type and attribute. So, in my opinion, I think a Tainted Orb is just going to have a 1 out of 3 chance for each of the 3 colors in each of the gem slots, basically. So you could very much do this on a full armor base, and you could get 2 blue, 2 green, 2 red, averagely or something like that. But all of them are absolutely crazy. This is totally changing how we view corrupted items. So much more than ever before, because once an item is corrupted, we can now still modify that item with Exalted Orbs, potentially tainted Chaos Orbs, We could potentially have things like, I don't know, like a Tainted Mirror, where you could use a mirror on a corrupted item that will either give you between 0 and 2 versions, or it has either a chance to delete the item or a chance to mirror that corrupted item. There's lots of things that could happen with a Tainted Mirror. No one is going to see a Tainted Mirror if they do exist in the game, because they'll be so rare, but, potentially it could exist. It just really just stretches open everything to do with corrupted items and what they entail within the game. I'm going to be expecting this league, we are going to be hitting higher power spikes than we ever hit in Harvest. Legitimately, I know that's a really bold claim, but what's happening now is Path of Exile is moving away from, look, we don't want you to have tier 1 absolutely perfect gear in every single slot. What we want you to have is the equivalent, but very unique, not a unique item, but a unique item, a unique rare item that only you have, that other people can't craft, because the way to get to that item is just random good luck and success, but also maybe not what you were expecting. So we're getting things like the Scourge modifiers, you've got good implicits and good bad, I'm calling them implicits, they're not actually implicits, but good modifiers and bad modifiers. You've got your tainted crafting and everything like that, that if you've got a really, really, really nice rare, you can give it a go and you can try and exalt that last mod on there, and you might annul a mod, but actually you didn't mind annulling that mod with the Exalted Orb. So you go again, this kind of crafting that is not deterministic, but will produce gear that is wildly beyond our expectations if we just kind of let go and go, here you go, Chris, take it. I'm just gonna take my item. I'm sacrificing everything to you right now. Please give me something good. And we know time and time again, this is what GGG wants from the game. Whether you think that's right or wrong in an ARPG setting, it's where Path of Exile's heading. So that's all I really have to say on this topic. Let me know what you think down below about this basically game changer bombshell of 9 different types of Tainted Orbs that can drop from Scourge monsters. Yeah, let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you think it's going to be awesome for the game. Let me know if you think it's going to be a mistake for the game. I really don't quite know yet. I'm a little bit apprehensive in how it is going to be changing corrupted items, but that's coming from someone who's played the game for a really, really long time. And corrupted items have always had this very certain type of feel to them, and it feels like that's getting a little bit lost to me. But, is it lost or is it changing? So yeah, that's all I really have to say. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, hit the sub button down below. Like, actually, just try and hit it. although I will not cover the cost of you breaking your PC monitors or your mobile phones, but, you know, you can give it a go. I'm tired, guys. I'm gonna take a little bit of a rest, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Badger is out.